Welcome back to Summer Sunrise. This is Jeffrey here at the Riverwalk. At the Riverwalk Center, the Budweiser Select International Snow Sculpting event behind me, and with me, Chuck from A Racer's Edge. We are talking about a couple of kind of tools for the day. Now, you and I have been in this industry for many, many years. Technology has really caught up to the point where you can actually earn or rent a turn.
That's pretty much true. I always say I'm first in line when it comes to buying a turn, and now we have all kinds of really fun stuff to offer to everyone who wants to try it out.
I mean, the old days, with size of ski up, sometimes we'd reach up, and if it hit our wrist, you know, I was skiing on 205s, 207s. The guy, you know, you were a better skier, you're probably on 210s. Now everything's shorter, it's more shaped, more torsional rigidity, and that's where where A Racer's Edge comes in. You guys demo and rent and sell the top end stuff that actually makes skiing easier.
Today's equipment is just amazing. People have been struggling for a long time, especially with some of that longer stuff we have. But even with the newer stuff, can come in, and with the modern technology, makes it so much easier. Side cuts, different camber shapes and stuff, opens so much more of the mountain up to everyone who wants to go up and have a good time.
Now, is that still applicable with a beginner and intermediate skier? Does it only translate with an expert skier?
Both, really. The beginners and intermediates really have a real plus. So many of the new skis are what we call our high performance rental, which is our starting level rental, a little wider than the skis have been for a while, which makes it a lot easier for anyone to balance on a ski. They also have a little bit of that rocker design, which is something where the tip and tail come up off the snow sooner. So instead of having full contact on the ground here, it's maybe down here. So that ski pivots and directs a little bit more easily for that learning level skier.
Almost like a rockered canoe.
Exactly. Yep.
Now, in the other side of ski that's a little bit flatter, maybe something like this just gives you that edge control that can make you arc that turn. And there again, both of those characteristics translate to, I think, beginner, intermediate, and expert.
Yeah, depending on where you like to go on the mountain, how strong a skier you are, what your aggressiveness level is, all these different things, we can really pick out a ski that'll just enhance your day. This one here from Kesley, this is the MX88. This is one of their high-end weapons for your aggressive, advanced, and expert skiers who really want to charge down the mountain. Day like today, we've got a lot of packed terrain and stuff that would maybe a little soft off on the sides if you're looking. This is perfect. Just a touch wider than some of the skis, gives you a little extra float in the soft. Camber-wise, it's pretty much a traditional camber, so you have full contact throughout the length of this, but being a full vertical sidewall, giant slalom racing kind of construction and all mountain ski, it just loves to charge.
Yeah. Racer's Edge is on right on Lincoln Street in Breckenridge, kind of kitty corner to Fatty's. You can also look for Salt Creek, Millennium Bank. Right on Lincoln Street, it turns into Ski Hill Road when it crosses Main Street. So if you're coming off Ski Hill Road, cross Main Street, there's Lincoln Street. On the left, you'll see A Racer's Edge right next to the Salt Creek. Let's talk a little bit about tuning. I know you guys are doing a special for tunes, and that's almost like the unsung hero of performance is a ski tune.
Ski tunes are really important. You can take all today's technology and leave it on a ski that's been hammered in the rocks or not tuned properly, and it just isn't going to do its best. A tune will make a ski turn so much easier, glide a little faster, which is all part of the whole tuning part, but you can control your speed more easily if you want to. Holds better on the harder snow. Tuning is awesome. We have a special running now. We're doing 2-for-1 tunes, so if you have one pair, bring it in, we'll give you half price. Not hardcore there.
But you know what? Also, what people don't even know about, a lot of people aren't acquainted with, skis can be railed. You know, their edges can be railed, which in other words, the edge is higher than the center of the ski. And there again, that's where a professional tune will come in. And if your ski is railed or your ski is not tuned properly, really it makes your turn more difficult.
Oh, completely. The ski has to be flat where it needs to be flat and beveled where it needs to be beveled. This ski, for instance, with we want to make sure the bases are nice and flat, but the edge needs to be beveled or kind of angled away from the base that way. That way the ski can pivot when it needs to, and you can get them out from underneath you so you can get them up on edge before that edge really starts to grab and hold for you. 1 degree base bevel is where most people go for that. Side edge bevels, we can adjust that specifically for each person as well. Learning level skiers, possibly people who spend a lot of time in the park or soft snow, don't want a whole lot of grip that way. They're going to go with maybe a 1 degree side edge bevel to keep a 90-degree edge. Whereas the more aggressive an edge hold you want, you go to a sharper and sharper edge where you might go to a 2 or 3 degree side edge bevel, takes that edge from a 90-degree, brings it in a little bit to more acute, more pointed angle that way, and it just holds a bit more, but it gets a bit less forgiving. So we work with the people, look at what they have on their skis, talk about where we want to go with the tune, really enhancing their skiing experience.
And if this does not make sense to you, that's okay. It doesn't have to, because it makes sense to these guys, and they're famous for their tunes. Now, you said on 2 for 1's tunes, you can come bring in one ski, get it tuned twice, right?
Yep, exactly. Tune one ski twice, or for most people, it works better if we tune each ski once, and we just charge them for one.
Yeah. No, that's, but I get you. All right, Races Edge 453-7600 or racesedgebrec.com. That's the website. And also accessories you guys have on sale as well.
Yeah, helmets, gloves, goggles, all that stuff, 25% off. Sunscreen, chapstick, all the things you'll need. Neck gaiters, make your day a little bit better experience. We also do full custom boot fitting, custom footbeds, alignment services, second to none, and that we do sole canting as well. That's really important to get your edges to have the right amount of power after we put all that kind of tune into them.
You spend a lot of money to get here to Breckenridge, rent a condo, and if you want the performance of your skiing, and not even the performance, heck with performance, the pleasure of your skiing, that's what it's all about, and they can help you to Races Edge. Well, thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, don't do any like park and pipe moves on these sculptures. I know you might, you don't want to do them like off the top. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.